good? I'm that Gamer Boy Chaos, and today I want to tell a story about something crazy that happened back in November. Now, I was going to tell this when it initially happened and when it was still fresh, but I felt like it was a little too soon to tell this story and I needed to wait a little bit. But now is the perfect time for this. I mean, it's really been a perfect time months ago, but still, it's the perfect time for this, and I honestly can't believe that I did this. So, this happened back when I was still in college, and I dropped out since then, and I made a video talking about it, and in that video, I mentioned that I stopped giving a fuck around the third week. And I didn't really go into detail about what I meant by that, but I will now. So pretty much what I meant by that was, like, I just stopped giving a fuck about everything pertaining to college. Like, the classes, the work, I wasn't going to stress myself out with anything, and I was just going to focus on YouTube and do me. That also included skipping classes. Like, I was still attending classes around this time, but I would pretty much like alternate. Like, if I didn't feel like going to a class, I would skip it, but the next time I had that class, I would attend it to like kind of keep it balanced for whatever reason. But you know, I will alternate. So I was doing this for weeks, and weeks turned into months, and eventually I just stopped going to classes altogether. But there was this one class that I went to. It was called STS, which I think stood for Science Technology Society. I have to look it up. I think that's right, but all I know is that it was Science Technology or something. So that class I continued to go to because it was the only class I had on Mondays, and there was really no point in skipping it since it was the only class that I had that day. I had it on Wednesdays too, but I had another class after it, so I believe that was the only time I would skip that class. But for the most part, like, it was an easygoing class. Like, all we did was take notes, and it got out early too. It was only from like 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Like, it was cool. Like, everything was fine. However, this is where the story starts, because something different happened on this one particular day where I decided to actually attend the class, which I was thinking about skipping, but since I skipped the last time I had that class, I wanted to keep it balanced. So I get to the class, and I'm going to my regular seat, and the professor is there trying to get my attention, and so I notice, and he's telling me to like sit at another table, and I'm like, oh shit, did we get assigned seats or something while I was gone? That shit's crazy. So I'm just sitting there, the professor is telling people where to sit and shit, and eventually I notice that everyone has like a seat in between them that's empty, and so I'm like, oh shit, did I really just come to class while there's a fucking exam? And so I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm just like so nervous. I was like, damn, I should have fucking skipped. Like, I could have skipped. That's all I was saying in my mind. I'm like, I really need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So eventually everyone gets to class, and I'm just like, I really should have listened to myself and skipped. Because, like, the thing is, I wasn't really feeling like going to class that day, but I just decided to go because I wanted to make it even. Like, if I skipped, I went to class the next time. Like, oh my god, it was so fucking stupid, and I was so fucking mad. So anyway, the professor hands out these papers, and pretty much what you had to do was read some shit that was on the first page, and actually I think it was like a couple pages, and on the back you wrote, I don't even fucking remember, but you had to write like a response to what the shit was about. And like, I could have done it, but like, I was just so nervous. I'm like, yo, like, I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to write for real. So I just ended up writing nothing for I don't know how many minutes. I was just flipping the pages and trying to look busy while just freaking out on the inside, just thinking I should have skipped, I need to get out of here, just constantly racing through my mind. So some time goes by and someone finishes their exam. So the professor comes over and he gets their paper and then goes back to their standing desk, and the person can leave. And so I'm like, oh shit, I just realized something. Whenever he gets someone's paper and walks back to his standing desk, that's a window of opportunity for me to leave. So I'm actually going to draw a diagram of the room in Microsoft Paint, because I preferred if someone on the left side of the room was done, so that way he has a longer way to go to his standing desk. Because, like, you know, I was so fucking nervous. I'm just like, yo, this needs to go perfectly. Like, I don't want him to see me or nothing. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off. So I'm just sitting there waiting, and some people are finishing their exam, but it's not the people sitting in places that I want them to be at or whatever. So, you know, I was kind of picky with it. But at the same time, I was nervous. That's mainly why I was picky, because like, I was just like, nah, I mean, I could have went there, but nah, like, I don't know. But eventually, the person sitting at the same table as me finished his exam, and I'm like, okay, it's go time. Like, it's either now or never, because it can't get no more perfect than this. Like, he's towards the left side of the room, and it's a little distance from the standing desk, so I gotta go. So after the professor took his paper and turned around, I grabbed my paper, stuffed it in my book bag, got up so quick, and I was mad too, because earlier I was scooching back in the chair. so I wouldn't like bump into the table when I got up. But I fucking got up so fast, the chair got up with me as well, and it fucking slammed down a little bit. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I just fucking rushed out of there, and oh my god, when I was in the hallway, my fucking heart was just racing. I'm like, I know for a fact he turned around and saw me. I know he did, because it's quiet, you know, everyone's taking a fucking test. All of a sudden you just hear a chair kind of slam. Like, it wasn't too loud, I don't think, but like, you know, it's quiet in the room, so it's loud enough to most likely capture everyone's attention. So like, I don't know, I was just, oh my god. So I just went back to this area where I be chilling at and just watching YouTube when I skip class and shit. And yeah, that was the last class that I ever attended. So like, I was just like, yep, I'm skipping this class from now on, because what the fuck. So every day I was just going to school and watching YouTube and chilling up until I decided to drop out in February of this year. It was actually really crazy, but yeah, this is definitely a top tier story for me. Like, I instantly knew, like, I believe, like, on the way home, I was just thinking, like, yep, this gonna be a story on my channel one day. Like, not now, like, I'm waiting until the perfect time, and now is the time. But yeah, that shit was crazy. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave some comments, subscribe, hit the bell notification shit, do all that good shit, and I'll see you next time.